Interior Police Station afternoon. Al shows the sergeant the photos on her phone. The sergeant leans over the counter with his fist supporting his chin and reads an open newspaper. He displays no interest.
Get the superintendent, damn it!
He's on holiday.
Oh, that's convenient. What's his address?
I can't give you that information.
Al takes a deep breath and casually leans on the counter with a fist supporting her chin. She is looking directly into the sergeant's eyes. The sergeant twitches.
There are two ways we can approach this. Firstly, I ask you nicely, can you give me the police superintendent's address?
The sergeant is uneasy as Al stares at him.
Can't do that.
Secondly, you could indicate where I might find it, and that way you have not told me.
The sergeant puts his hand under the counter, brings out a small local phone book and places it on the counter. Al stands upright. The sergeant silently opens the directory at the page and points.
Thank you, Sergeant. Have a nice day.
Al dashes to the door. The sergeant looks relieved. Exterior outside the super's house later. Al knocks on the door impatiently. The superintendent dressed in casual clothes appears. He looks stunned when he sees Al.
What are you doing here?
Look!
Al shows him the photos.
Speak to the sergeant.
Get every available policeman searching for my dad. Do not underestimate me. Your career could depend on this.
Who's that woman you're talking to?
The superintendent looks strained, which Al observes.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Al leans over and whispers.
Maybe I should just let rip. With the shrill of a scorned pregnant woman.
Al looks at the empty doorway behind the superintendent.
We could see what happens to your holiday then.
The superintendent pulls his head away from Al and looks at the doorway behind him.
I'll call the sergeant this afternoon. A search team will start in the morning.
Interior bedroom morning. Derek carries his medical bag and enters the bedroom.
Let's have a look.
Jen lays on the bed with sweat beads on her forehead. Claire and Daniel are on the other side of the bed taking turns at wiping Jen's forehead. Tom stands at the base of the bed and looks worried.
She's getting worse.
Derek puts the stethoscope to Jen's chest and moves it around, then taps his fingers on her chest.
When did the fever start?
This morning.
Tom holds Jen's hand.
Make sure the kids are looked after.
You'll be back in no time.
It's back to hospital with you.
Derek grabs his medical bag and signals Tom to lift Jen into his arms. Outside Town Hall afternoon. Al and Derek walk towards the entrance. Al is now in her business suit, makeup and hair groomed.
Are you a pilot for hire?
Why?
Search for Dad.
I'll need to top up my flying hours. I'll take you.
The favours seem to be all going one way.
Al and Derek smile.
Jen's back in the hospital. She's even worse than before.
Have you done more tests?
They came back negative.
Thanks for the meeting with your dad.
He thinks it's just me.
Al glances at Derek with a smile. Across the street, Ape watches Al and Derek as they enter the building. Interior Mayor's office afternoon. The mayor is seated at his desk reading a paper. Old black and white photos of busy street scenes cover the wall. There is a knock and the door opens as his secretary enters.
Derek's here.
Send him in then.
The secretary leaves and brings in Derek followed by Al.
What's she doing here?
Al's with me.
The mayor gestures them to take a seat opposite and nods to the secretary who leaves and closes the door.
What is it?
I need the superintendent to use all his resources to locate my dad.
Yeah, I'm sure he's already doing that.
Look!
Al shows the disinterested mayor the photos of the car. The phone rings and the mayor picks up his handset.
Okay.
The mayor puts down the phone.
Yeah, I'll be back in a tick.
The mayor gets up and leaves. Al looks around the office and notices a picture on the wall. It has 4 young men standing under an emblem of a cow with long horns. Al points to the picture.
What's this one about?
Friend's dad met at Austin University in Texas. One is the resources minister. Not sure about the other two.
Al stands in front of the picture and takes a photo with her phone, then sits down again as the mayor enters with his secretary.
Sorry, need a dash. I'll speak to the superintendent.
Al looks at the mayor in disbelief. The mayor peers at Derek.
We can talk later.
The mayor grabs his hat and leaves quickly.
He's acting really weird. even for Dad.
You need to leave now.
Interior car afternoon. The mayor drives with his speakerphone on.
I had a visit from that lawyer.
Brett tells me she's a mite pushy.
Can't you put a bit more pressure on her?
I'm right on it, Mr. Mayor.
The mayor switches the phone off and smiles. Exterior Main Street in town evening. Al and Babs walk side by side when two thugs, bikie attire, come out in front of them.
It's about time you fucked off back to the city.
Oh, get out of my way.
We don't like your kind here, so fuck off.
Babs stands in front of the thugs.
And we don't like your language. She's with me.
Thug 2 shoves Babs and she falls to the ground. Al moves towards Thug 2.
Keep your hands off her, you moron!
Listen, bitch. Things will get real nasty if you don't fuck off.
Thug 1 grabs Al by the arm and bashes a baseball bat against her back. Al collapses. The thugs start to leave.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Al slowly gets up and holds her back. Babs struggles to her feet and gets beside Al.
Hun, you all right?
Al's face cannot hide her pain.
I'll be fine. Nice boys.
Al and Babs hold each other's arms as they move on.